Hi everyone, Cam in Korea here. I am here to give you another story from across the sea, and this one actually comes from my classroom today. And maybe I might even give you a two-for-one deal. I might tell you two classroom stories instead of just one. So first things first. Okay, I'm going to tell you the candy story first, and then if I feel like I've got time, I'll tell you the make it right story. So the candy story. The other day we had a reading of the rules and stuff from school, and one of the rewards afterwards is if the administration heard your class reading out the rules, which my class was, they would give your kids candy. So our administrator came along and gave the kids candy, and I try and make it a point to always make sure you say thank you, especially if you're given something. So it doesn't matter what it is, if it's a candy or a pencil or whatever, like you say thank you, cause it's just polite. So the administrator man came, gave my kids candy, and I was like, kids, say thank you. And as he was walking down the hall, they said thank you, and then he came back and he gave them more candy because he liked my kids, and they said thank you and they were polite, and I'm like, yes, I'm like, that's right, those are my kids. They're not biologically mine, but they're kind of mine because I educate them, which is kind of the same thing. It's totally not. No, but you know what I mean. Maybe you don't. If you're not a teacher, you don't know what I mean. But that's okay because we all, like, we all go through life differently, and that's how I'm going through life. But anyway, my kids got extra candy, and my kids, like, they were speaking Korean, like, cause like I'm in South Korea teaching English right now, and my kids were like, they said something to my administrator in Korean, and he looked at me, he's like, oh, you want some candy? I was like, yeah, thank you. So I took a piece of candy, and my kids, like, my kids were good to me, like, for whatever reason, they thought I needed candy as well, so they were like, hey, give this man some candy. I'm never gonna turn down sugar, okay? But yeah, I don't know, I love my kids. They are so good. And they made sure I got candy, and it made me felt, wow. That's almost as bad as cursing, isn't it? That made me feel, that made me feel, and or I felt, say it properly two ways, really valued. I felt really wanted at that time, and I just felt like I was doing everything right because the kids, like, they did something nice for me that they just kind of did what kids do, which is sometimes they kind of see a need, fill a need. Like, I don't need candy, but it was just nice to know that my kids thought about me in that way, and they were like, hey, let's get teacher some candy because he looks like he needs it. So it was just a really nice thing. The other really quick thing I want to try mentioning before I run out of memory is a thing that happened today. So my kids, they love to like do things behind my back, and one of those things they like to do behind my back is take little pieces of tape and draw pictures on the tape, and they very carefully, like, so I can't feel it, they like carefully put it on my back, like as I'm checking homework and stuff, and it's like I'm not even mad about it. Like, I'm just like, okay, that's their way of bonding with me. Like, we laugh about it. It's kind of a fun inside joke for our class. So that happened today, and one of my girls, like, somehow they got like 7 or 8 pieces of tape on the back of my jean jacket, which I'm not even worried about. Like, I'll take the tape off later. But my one little girl, she came up after the class, after they had like pulled this like practical joke on me, this little prank, and I'm not even worried about it for real. But she came up to me and she's like, teacher, here, and she had me turn around. She like pulled off all the pieces of tape and she put them on my jean jacket, which I'm not wearing now, but my jean jacket here, so I could see all the tape that they had put on during the course of the class. And I was like, you know what, this is good, because it's a reminder as much for me as anyone else that if you give someone a chance to do right, they will do right. So I don't know, those are my two little classroom stories for today. I hope you enjoyed my stories from across the sea here in Korea. And yeah, God bless. I hope to hear your comments in the section, or your comments in the comment section or whatever. Please like, subscribe, share, whatever you want to do. Be a blessing and be bright and know that you are loved. All right, have a good day. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.